How to fix blurry graphics and textures in GTA 5. Welcome back to Teknobalta. During our investigation into Grand Theft Auto V rendering errors, we noticed a widespread bug where turning up visual settings actually makes the world look worse. Buildings, roads, and character clothing often turn into muddy, low-resolution messes despite having capable graphics hardware. Today, Teknobalta's analysis revealed the exact pipeline failures causing this downgrade, and we are sharing our complete 18-step technical breakdown to fix it permanently. First, our testing showed that the primary cause of blurry roads and clothing is an unbalanced texture quality setting. When this option is left on normal while other shaders are pushed to very high, the game engine prioritizes secondary effects over surface detail. We confirmed that raising texture quality to high or very high immediately restores sharpness to clothing and structures. Second, you must check your anisotropic filtering value within the primary graphics tab. If this setting drops to off or low multipliers, textures viewed at oblique angles, like long stretches of asphalt, will blur severely. We recommend forcing anisotropic filtering to X16 to ensure roads remain sharp all the way to the horizon. Third, inspect the video memory slider at the top of your display menu. Our diagnostics revealed that if your total settings exceed available RAM, the engine automatically downgrades surface rendering to prevent crashes. Keep your total usage well below the maximum memory limit by balancing secondary sliders. Fourth, navigate to the Advanced Graphics menu and check your extended distance scaling. When this slider is set to 0, distant architectural models fail to load their high-resolution maps in time. Increasing this value slightly forces the engine to stream sharper assets earlier as you move through Los Santos. Fifth, verify your frame scaling mode setting within Advanced Graphics. We discovered that accidental downsampling or incorrect scaling ratios can compress the entire rendered image, creating an artificial blur across all surfaces. Ensure this is disabled or set to native resolution scaling. Sixth, examine your post-FX and motion blur strength settings. Post-processing pipelines can introduce an aggressive visual smear when rotating the camera rapidly around your character. Lowering motion blur and setting post-FX to normal removes this cinematic haze and restores clarity to character models. Seventh, look at your shader quality and tessellation configurations. While shader quality enhances lighting depth, mismatched tessellation can cause geometric surfaces like brick walls to appear flat and undefined, and setting both to high creates a balanced geometric presentation without starving your texture memory. Eighth, we tested the impact of population density and population variety on asset streaming. When these sliders are maxed out on mid-range hardware, the game prioritizes loading vehicle and pedestrian variety over environmental clarity. Slightly lowering these values frees up critical bandwidth for building and road surfaces. Ninth, our technical team analyzed how ambient shadows interact with surface definition. Soft shadows set to softer or NVIDIA PCSS can sometimes cast wide, diffuse gradients that obscure underlying surface detail. Selecting sharper or soft shadows allows ground textures to retain their crisp visual edges. 10th, check your display resolution inside the main display menu. Running the game below your monitor's native panel resolution forces the display scaler to interpolate pixels, ruining surface clarity. Always confirm your game resolution matches your desktop monitor specifications exactly. 11th, we investigated driver-level texture filtering settings in the NVIDIA control panel, or AMD software. Sometimes, driver profile overrides force high-performance filtering modes that strip texture fidelity from DirectX titles. Set your driver-level texture filtering quality to high quality to override any aggressive optimizations. 12th, inspect the shader cache size in your graphics driver settings. A restricted or corrupted shader cache prevents the game from quickly compiling high-resolution surface maps during gameplay. Increasing your driver's shader cache limit to 10 gigabytes or clearing existing cached files resolves sudden detail pop-in. 13th, verify your system's storage drive performance. Grand Theft Auto V relies heavily on continuous background, streaming from your hard drive, or SSD. Installing the game on a fast NVMe solid-state drive ensures high-definition assets load instantly before you approach them. 14th, check your Windows power plan and PCIe Link state power management. Aggressive power-saving states can throttle bus transfer speeds between your CPU and GPU. Setting Windows to high performance guarantees full bandwidth for texture streaming across the PCIe interface. 15th, we tested the XML configuration file located in your Documents folder under Rockstar Games. Occasionally, the in-game menu fails to write new texture variables to the settings file permanently. Opening Settings, XML, and manually setting the texture quality value to 2 ensures the engine boots with maximum surface detail. 16th, monitor your system RAM usage while running the game in populated areas. If background applications consume too much memory, Windows Pages game assets to your storage drive, causing severe texture blurring. Close unnecessary background programs so the game engine has full access to system memory. 17th, check for corrupt installation archives using your launcher's verification tool. Damaged RPF archives can prevent specific high-resolution bitmaps from unpacking correctly during rendering. Running a file integrity check replaces any compromised asset packages automatically. 18th, disable any third-party overlay software or post-processing injection tools. External injectors can conflict with the game's native DirectX rendering pipeline, degrading surface sharpness. Running the game cleanly without external overlays ensures the engine renders textures exactly as intended. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.